There are firings, there are contract terminations, and then there are betrayals. Today, we're going to talk about the moments when football breaks the hearts of its own heroes. Case 1. Luis Suárez and Barcelona. Luis Suárez arrived at Barcelona and became a legend. Part of the best attack in football history, the MCN, Messi, Suárez, Neymar. Titles, goals, historic seasons, and in 2020, Ronald Koeman took over as coach. How did he tell Suárez that they didn't want him anymore? A 40-second phone call. 40 seconds to fire a club legend. Not a meeting, not a scene, not a face-to-face conversation. 40 seconds. Apparently, that was enough. And Suárez left training in tears the next day and signed with Atlético de Madrid, the direct rival. That season, Suárez scored 21 goals, won the league with Atlético, and scored the decisive goal on the final match day to snatch the title from Barcelona. Barcelona signed Memphis Depay as his replacement. I think that's all I need to say. Case 2. Johan Cruyff and Ajax. This case comes from another era, but the wound was just as deep. Johan Cruyff, the father of modern football, the man who gave identity to Ajax, to the Netherlands national team, to football itself. In 1983, at 36 years old, Ajax simply refused to renew his contract. No ceremony, no recognition, just a thank you. We don't need you anymore. Cruyff told them directly, "Give me a contract or I'll leave." To Feyenoord, Ajax's biggest rival in the Netherlands, people at Ajax thought he was joking, but he wasn't joking. Cruyff signed with Feyenoord, and that season, at 36 years old, he led Feyenoord to win both the league and the cup. After that, he retired, as if saying, "I already showed you what you needed." Saying goodbye, honestly, well deserved. Ajax deserved it. Case 3. Samuel Eto'o and Barcelona. Samuel Eto'o. He wasn't just a Barcelona player, he was the Barcelona player. 2 Champions Leagues, multiple league titles, goals in finals. This man built an era, and even so, when Pep Guardiola took charge, the first thing he did was single him out. Deco, Ronaldinho, Eto'o. Out, out, and out. Thinking back, Guardiola was somewhat racist. But that's not the main issue. The point is, Eto'o wouldn't stay silent. He turned down offers, stood firm, and insisted he wasn't leaving. He scored 36 goals that season. 36. And still, Guardiola wanted him out. In the end, they packed him off in a swap deal with Inter Milan for Zlatan Ibrahimovic. And do you know what happened next? Champions League semifinals. Inter Milan against Barcelona. Mourinho on the Inter bench, and Eto'o playing as a right back, one of the best strikers in the world, playing as a fullback, to beat the team that betrayed him, and it worked. Inter knocked Barcelona out. That's not revenge, that's a work of art. Case 4. Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Barcelona. Since we discussed the Eto'o trade, let's cover the other side. Zlatan Ibrahimovic arrived at Barcelona in 2009, coming from Inter Milan. He was the best striker in the world at that time, or at least one of them, and Guardiola simply never trusted him. Zlatan Ibrahimovic says in his autobiography that Guardiola treated him as if he were invisible, with no explanations, no real conversations. A year later, Zlatan was back in Italy, having joined Milan, and, as Ibrahimovic responded, he won Serie A, won Super Cups, and became a Milan legend. And when he returned to Milan in 2020 at 38 years old, he kept scoring goals, as if time didn't exist. Zlatan said Guardiola never had the courage to face him, calling him a coward with the Ballon d'Or in hand. I don't know if that's true, but hearing it hurts. Damn. Barcelona, you've been in the video 5 times already because you don't honor your legends. Case 5. Ronaldo Nazario and Barcelona. Ronaldo Nazario, the phenomenon, the 97 season 1 year at Barcelona. Just 1 year, and in that year, he was the best player in the world. 34 goals in 37 matches. He won the Ballon d'Or, he won the Copa del Rey, and what did Barcelona do? They let him go to Inter Milan because of a release clause. They didn't fight or try to keep him, the world's best player at the time, and agreed it was a good idea to let him go. Ronaldo remained the phenomenon at Inter, and at the '98 World Cup with Brazil, he was so good the French feared he'd eliminate them, though Brazil lost the final. But that year, that season, that Ronaldo was given away to Inter, and Barcelona never had another one like him. 60. Carlos Tevez and Manchester United. Carlos Tevez arrived at Manchester United in 2007 as one of the best forwards in the world. Fast, fierce, hungry, a player who never gave up. He won the Premier League, he won the Champions League, And when his loan ended, United had the option to buy him permanently. They decided not to do it. Ferguson thought he could do without him, that he wasn't essential. Tevez crossed Manchester and signed with City, and in Manchester, that's basically war. Tevez not only played well, he became the symbol of an era. He was part of the team that won the Premier League against United in the last minute of the final match day of the 2011-2012 season. And at that moment, when City was celebrating that title stolen in the last second, somewhere in Manchester, Ferguson understood what he had let go. Case 7. Ronaldo, Nazario, and Real Madrid. And Ronaldo appears twice on this list, because they did it twice. The phenomenon. He had just won the World Cup with Brazil, arrives at Real Madrid, and scores goals by the dozen. 3 brilliant seasons, one of the best in the club's history. And in 2007, at only 30 years old, Real Madrid sells him to Milan. They didn't honor him or pay him a proper tribute, they just sent him to Italy as a formality. Ronaldo tried returning to football, signing with Corinthians and Flamengo. His body had changed and didn't respond as before. But his name remained the greatest, an underrated legend. Case 8. Xabi Alonso and Liverpool. Xabi Alonso was the brain of Liverpool for 5 years, the most precise long passer of his generation. Calmness personified as a footballer. In 2009, Liverpool received an offer from Real Madrid, and they accepted it. They sold him without fighting too much, without trying to convince him to stay with more than just words. Xabi Alonso went to Madrid, won La Liga, won the Champions League, then went to Bayern Munich and won the Bundesliga. When he retired, he immediately coached Bayern Leverkusen and led them to win the Bundesliga, undefeated for the entire season, just like Liverpool. With the money from Xabi Alonso, they signed Alberto Aquilani. That's all you need to know. Case 9. Andrés Iniesta. And the ending at Barcelona? Wasn't it a scandalous dismissal? There wasn't a 40-second phone call, but it was a silent betrayal. And those hurt. It's different. Andrés Iniesta, the man who scored the defining goal of the 2010 World Cup, one of the most beloved players in Barcelona's history, possibly in his final seasons. Barcelona simply didn't offer him real guarantees. Not about money, but about the project, about wanting him. So Iniesta had to go to Japan to keep playing football. To Japan. The man who defined his generation's style and won the World Cup ended up in the J-League because his club failed to keep him on with dignity. And he never complained, never said a bad word about Barcelona, because that's how Iniesta is. But we can say it. That wasn't right, Barca. That wasn't right. If you liked this video, I have thousands of videos just as good. You just have to click on this playlist you see here on the screen, subscribe, comment, and leave a like.